And so here I go, okay. So in 1965, Sonny and I were very famous, and then our career kind of took a nosedive, and then we had no money, we had no job, and we owed the government $278,000, like you do. And so Son said, we're gonna have to do something different, and so he said, you're gonna put on a dress, and I'm gonna put on a tux, and we're gonna go play dinner theaters. I don't know, do you have dinner theaters here? Okay, so I was thinking, like Paris, like long gowns and limousines and red velvet ropes, and ours were crap. Ours were just so awful, like hookers and strippers, and it was terrible. And we played 2 shows a night, 7 nights a week, and the first show was the dinner show, and that wasn't so bad because the people would be like eating, oh my God, they suck, eating. And then, but the midnight group, the midnight kids, well, I mean like the 4 that would show up, when they came in, they hated us. And I always thought, well, the drunker they get, the more talented we're going to have to seem. But it never worked that way, they just hated us. Okay, so one night I just got pissed off and I turned around and I just started making the band laugh, and then Sonny started laughing, and we decided that we weren't interested in the 4 people, we would just make ourselves laugh. And then if you ever saw the Sonny and Cher show, so those monologues were the ones that Sonny and I made up in those kind of horrible burlesque stripper hook or whatever they were called. So anyway, so when Sonny and I broke up, then I started doing it like that, and it takes a long time. You have an idea, and then you build on it, and the stuff that's terrible, you kick to the curb, and thank you. Anyway, so I'm just gonna accept that it's good. So I couldn't come up with anything, and so I thought I would tell you guys about the 2 nights it took me to turn 40. Okay, so it was May 19th, and I was at my favorite club. It's called Heartbreak, and I was with my best friend Polly. And Polly and I were sitting on these banquettes. We were sitting up on the top of the banquettes. I was drinking a beer. I don't drink, but I wanted to look cool. And my outfit was crazy. It's like my top was down to there, and my skirt was up to here, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm 40 and I'm still hot. And that's all I'm to make a movie with Nicky Cage. He was 21, and so it didn't seem like, no one said, oh my God, she's 40 and he's only 21. Child abuse. No one said that. So anyway, so Polly and I were having this great time, and we're looking around, and it's just delightful and happy and young and wearing nothing and just perfect. And so I'm looking around and I think, oh my God, what's that? So I say to Polly, and every woman in this room is going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Polly, don't look now. Okay? Polly, don't look now, but over my right shoulder is the cutest guy I've ever seen. And Polly goes, where? Where is he? Where is he? So I hit her. I hit her really hard, right here. Okay, so his name was Robert Camilletti, and that's another story. Okay, so we were flirting with each other all night. It was like kids, and it was dumb, and I was tired, and I went home. So I went home, and I was staying at my friend's hotel. He had just gotten out of prison for tax evasion, like you do. And he's a lovely man. He owned a club called Studio 54. He was just a fabulous guy. And I loved him. So anyway, so I was staying at his hotel. He was letting me stay there. And then, so in the morning time, I got a call, and the man said, hello, Cher. Yes. It's George Miller. Yes. Well, I want to tell you, it was a very bad beginning, and later it became a very good friendship, but it was terrible. Okay, so he said, hi, and he said, I just want to call you and tell you that I don't want you in my movie, and Jack and I don't think you're sexy and you're too old. Yes. Good morning, 40! So it was terrible, and I started crying immediately, like tears streaming down my face, but I didn't want him to know it, so they were just streaming, and I was just letting them. And usually in Hollywood, if someone says horrible things about you, they say them and hang up. But he didn't feel that that was enough. He just kept saying, I don't like your face, and I don't like the way you talk, or the way you walk, and blah, 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 blah. And I finally went, okay. Yeah. It was like, look, you didn't find me under a rock. I got nominated for a film called Silkwood, and I did another film called... And I did a film called Mask, so... You know, you're not going over a cliff with me, okay? So I was still in tears, though, and they were streaming, and in the middle of being heartbroken, I was thinking, my God, these tears are fabulous. These are the kind of tears that actresses pray for. It's like you get these fabulous tears streaming down your face, and you don't have to make a squinchy face. Just beautiful, liquid film. I did it once in Moonstruck. I had like one tear that fell down at the opera. It was very difficult. Okay. So then you have to train them. So then I thought, you're crazy. Well, I already knew that, but I thought, Cher, you're crazy. You just lost this job that you really want, and you're worried about how fabulous your tears are. So anyway, so at that moment, my kids came in with my cake and 2 bellboys. So they come in, and I'm like, screaming. And they go, Mom, what's the matter? You're crying on your birthday. And I went, Will, this is what happens. When you're older and you're a woman and you're very, very happy, sometimes you cry. Okay? And they went, okay. I went, all right, go on. All right, so anyway, oh gosh, I forgot to tell you something. Usually when I forget, I walk here. And then, okay, I forgot to tell you this. So I'm staying at my fabulous friend's hotel, but I owe him $28,000 and I can't pay it. All right, I got that here, but there's something more. Okay, so this is gonna make sense, I promise. All right, so, do you know who David Letterman is? Yeah. Okay, so David Letterman had been wanting me to come on his show forever, and I just never would. All right? There, I can go all the way. So the producer called me like a couple of days before my birthday and said, how would you like to spend your birthday with Dave? And I went, I'd love to for $28,000. And he said, we don't do that. And I said, well, then neither do I. So 20 minutes later, they called and said, okay, fine. And I just went, cha-ching. But while we were on the telephone, the producer, this is all true, I'm not kidding you. Every word, may I just do something terrible. All right, so we're on the telephone, and he said, Cher, the producer said, just out of curiosity, why have you never wanted to come on the show? And I said, well, you know, Dave is really smart and talented and funny, but when he has guests on the show that he doesn't like, or he doesn't think are smart enough, or clever enough, or whatever enough, he can be a real asshole. Okay? And the producer agreed with me, and we hung up. So I went the night of my birthday, and I went on, and I was kind of dressed like a bag lady. You can see it on YouTube. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, so I get there, and we're sitting down in chairs, and he's being funny, and I'm being funny, and he's being funny, and I'm being funnier. And then he looks at me and goes, Cher, tell me, why haven't you ever wanted to come on my show before? And this is the 80s, so I couldn't say what I had said, and I know that if I lie, then I'm screwed, because I just would never have been able to catch my stride and be funny, and I'd just be thinking, liar, liar, liar. And so, without knowing what was going on, out of my mouth came, yes, actually in script, I saw it. Out of my mouth came the words, "Because I thought you were an asshole." And he almost passed out. And he said he was traumatized for 5 years. But we became friends, and but last year he sent me a really nice birthday card, and but there was a PS that I find kind of weird, because he said, "PS, my mom always liked Sunny best." Yeah, so I think he's harboring. All right, well, so that was then, and this is now, and I'm not 40 anymore. And, right, but not so long ago I did a 5-minute plank. Ta-da! And so before we start the show, I just have one thing to say, and that is, what is your granny doing tonight?